No. Well, good evening, folks. We'll call council to order. We'll have Councilor Richardson read. See that I have to search for you.
In the spirit of reconciliation, we acknowledge our meeting place. The City of Flin Flon Council Chambers is situated on the ancestral lands of Treaty 5 territory. We would like to acknowledge that we also work in partnership with First Nations in Treaty 6 and 10 territories and the Métis Nation.
Thank you. Councilor Litwin.
Reading and confirming of the minutes, be it resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting of council held October 3rd, 2023 be adopted as received.
Seconder. Councilor Eagle. All in favor? And so passed. So there's a public hearing tonight, the variance order number 2023-04, variance order number 2023-04, and that requires me to read the City of Flin Flon under the Planning Act, notice of public meeting regarding variation order number 2023-04, the Council of the City of Flin Flon, under the authority of the Planning Act, will hold a public meeting at the council chambers with the City of Flin Flon on October 17th, which is tonight, 2023 at 7 p.m., at which time and place the council will receive representations or objections from any person who wishes to make them in respect of application for variation order 2023-04 by Brent Kochowski to vary the requirements for Lot 13, Block 71, Plan 619, 11 Daynard Avenue as follows. Rear yard setback to permit construction of a 26-foot by 26-foot double detached garage from 2 meters or 6.5 feet to 0.9 meters or 3 feet. And that becomes the subject at this point. Is there anybody here to speak for that? Then we consider no objections and that one will be taken care of, right? Okay. Then we move on to the next one, which is public hearing BL 2023-16, zoning plan amendment, fence height limit, BL 2023-16, which takes me to notice of public hearing under the authority of the Planning Act. On the date and time and location shown below, a public hearing will be held to receive representations from any persons who wish to make them in respect to the following matter. The City of Flin Flon bylaw number 2023-16 being an amendment to the City of Flin Flon zoning bylaw number 27/84. Hearing location, the council chambers right here. Date and time tonight, time 7 o'clock. General intent of bylaw 2023-16 zoning bylaw amendment to amend section 2-211H structures and building projections into yards, page 42 of the City of Flin Flon zoning bylaw number 27/84 by replacing the existing front fence height limit of 0.8 meters with a 1.22 meters. And is there any objections to that? If not, then I will consider this a closed and finished matter, and they will get the okay with respect to that. And that public hearing is now closed, and we are back into our meeting. And the meeting is a resolution from Councilor Dallas.
5.1, check schedule. Be it resolved that the accounts in the amount of $848,049.69 be approved for payment.
Seconder, Councilor Richardson. All in favor? And that's passed. Councilor Eagle.
Yes, thank you, Mayor Fontaine. This is the Remembrance Day wreath for the Royal Canadian Legion. Be it resolved that the City of Flin Flon once again purchase a number 20 wreath at a cost of $70 for the 2023 Remembrance Day service be approved.
Seconder, Councilor Slip. All in favor? Okay, so we'll have the wreath there on November 11th. Councilor Eagle.
Yes, and this is bylaw 2023-16, a zoning plan amendment. This refers to the fence heights that we had a public hearing on just a few moments ago with no objections. This is second reading. of this bylaw. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2023-16, being a bylaw of the City of Flin Flon, to amend the City of Flin Flon zoning bylaw number 27-84, be read a second time and passed on second reading.
I need a seconder for that, Councillor Lippman. All in favor? And that is passed. I think we move to Councillor Richardson.
Variation order number 2023-04, Brett Grochowski, 11 Daynard Avenue. Be it resolved that the application for variance order 2023-04 by Brett Grochowski be to vary the requirements for lot 13, block 71, plan 619, 11 Daynard Avenue as follows. From 2 meters or 6.5 feet to 9.1 meters or 3 feet. Front yard setback to permit construction of a 26-foot by 26-foot double detached garage be approved.
Okay, so seconder is Councillor Slip. All in favor? Okay, so that was that the third reading? Okay, so Councillor Slip.
5.5, 2024 Board of Revision. Whereas Section 35(1) of the Municipal Assessment Act requires that a council shall each year by resolution appoint a Board of Revision consisting of not less than 3 members, some or all of whom may be members of the council now. Therefore, be it resolved that all of council be appointed as a Board of Revision for the 2024 Board of Revision to be held on November 21st, 2023, and that the mayor serve as the chairman of said board and the chief administrative officer.
Good. Seconded.
Seconded.
Councillor Regan. All in favor? Okay. So we're done now. We have Councillor Lippman.
I have the fire chief report, August 2023, your worship. Be it resolved that the fire chief report for the month of August 2023 be received and filed, and that is attached in the minutes and available online.
All right. Seconder, Councillor Richardson. All in favor? Okay, and that says that is done, which means we've reached the time of adjournment. A quick one, but we will open ourselves up to questions. What's that?
From the
From the
media.
media, first, of course, yeah.
Okay, this zoning bylaw here for this fence, whereabouts is that?
I didn't just.
11 Daynard Avenue.
Oh, so it's all for the record?
No.
That's
No, it's not.
the garage.
That's
Yeah,
the garage.
The fence height at 4 feet changes it from 3 feet to 4 feet.
okay,
And that was asked of us a few meetings ago by one of our taxpayers
okay,
who really did bring it to our attention. 3 feet is very, very low. We've heard that from many other taxpayers as well. For front, just the front, right? So this resolution allows it to go, or this bylaw, second reading, will allow it to go from 3 feet to 4 feet frontage.
okay, I just want to know where it is.
Everywhere.
It's still.
It will apply to everyone.
Oh, everywhere, okay,
So if you're gonna build a front fence in your property, you can build it 4 feet high,
okay,
across the front only,
okay,
okay?
okay, thank you.
Any more?
No, that's was not what I wanted to know.
Eric?
I know the day that the city council last held meeting was also provincial election day. Since then, obviously, we've seen a change in who will be running that government. Do you foresee any sort of changes about how the city or city council will be doing business with the province? And if so, what would those be?
I can't expect there to be any change. The mandate of the city is to work with whoever is in the next level of government. There might be a different feeling, that sort of thing, but the kinds of things we do are no different. We're just going to be, I guess, applying to a different master when it comes to dollars and cents and that sort of thing. But I don't think it's going to be very different at all. Not in our. I suspect some of the results might be different.
Yeah.
But how we deal with it isn't.
We have, we're somebody, an MLA who is now in government. So, in my personal opinion, the city of Flin Flon has supported the NDP for ever. So it's now time for the NDP to support Flin Flon, and we'll hold them to task.
And just to make clear, you mean the city of Flin Flon is in the community and not the actual entity of the city of Flin Flon?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure, because otherwise that might get you into a trap.
No. And again, that's my personal.
Not even much of a trap, but actually, yes.
Also wanted to know, that during the campaign, of course, the now former premier came in and promised a substantial amount of money for the Aqua Center project. Do we know what the status of that is now that her party's lost? Is that money still going to be coming? Is it not? Is the city expecting some sort of change or announcement? What are we looking at?
We haven't even spoken to the new government yet, so, and they're still choosing their ministers. And I don't know, I thought it was gonna happen today, and if it did, I missed it. But we have to know who the ministers are, who to speak to, and then we have to be able to hold that conversation and find out where we fit with respect to that $10 million. We are certainly going to hold somebody's feet to the fire, because obviously we made a case good enough that the outgoing premier thought that we were worth that amount of money. And now that we have somebody, as Councillor Slip has said, who's in a party that's been elected here and been sitting here for a long time, we hope that they would come up with the same kind of thing. We don't have a definite answer at this point.
Okay. Also know that the City of Flin Flon delegation, Crystal Holt, I know was part of it, just recently came back from Newfoundland for an arts and culture conference. I'm wondering if anybody here was a part of that, and if so, if they could give any sort of report from what happened.
I think the answer is yes and yes. So I'm going to ask the people who went, who would like to speak on it.
Sure, I'll go first.
Heather and I.
So, yeah, myself, Allison, Lynn, and Crystal went. It was an absolutely amazing
I just need
conference.
to interject for a second. I didn't include Lynn because Lynn went on her own, not as a city representative.
Right, she did pay for herself, for
Yes.
her pickle bloom business.
Yes,
And,
I just want to make that clear.
yeah, it was fabulous to have her there with us
Yes.
though, because we found out so much information. So I am gonna have a report ready for next time. I'm still typing that up. I've got 8 pages so far, so I'll condense it down.
We'll do the cold. So in general, like it's a national conference. So there was people from Yukon all the way, obviously we were in Newfoundland there. We were recognized right off the hop for being there. During open ceremonies, we were acknowledged right away that Flin Flon was there and everybody was really excited to see us. From a councillor perspective, I thought it was great to see what other communities are doing, what they actually are responsible for when it comes to cultural initiatives and festivals. The majority of cities take control of all of their festivals and have employees do all that work, where we're the opposite, where we kind of support, say the Trout Festival initiative between all 3 communities, or Blueberry Jam, we're the support, but we don't run the actual festival. So there was a lot of that. There was a lot about granting. The idea that we're going to be 100, probably, I think 4 years, we're going to be 100. Yeah, so we're a heritage community. So learning how to grant and where to grant and look for that money. A lot of partnerships built. It is not the norm for councillors to go. That's what we quickly found out. It was their directors and their cultural representatives or rec people, but it's council that makes the decision when it comes financially. So we felt it was important that we kind of understood what other communities were doing and where would be the best to put our money at this time. So there was a lot of going to different sessions. There were sessions all day, plus you got to go out within their community and see what was working for them. They're a community that's really based on tourism and culture. So it was nice to see. We went and visited a resident that was painting her house to ask her questions about, are there fines? Why are people doing that? Their community is very well taken care of. And Zeta Cobb was the guest speaker, the keynote speaker, and Fogo Island lost their industry and now has been revitalized with a co-op and with a lot of financial investors. So Lynn and Crystal actually got a personal invite to go there and went and toured the island and the hotel. There was so much knowledge in that room that we gained, and we have the report. I won't keep going because Heather will speak about it more. But I want to say Flin Flon bombers or arts are extremely recognized wherever we went. People were like Flin Flon, Flin Flon. We won a prize for the best name. At the end, everybody was talking to us, counselors from Flin Flon. We got a lot of contacts and a lot of information to get some money. So yeah.
So where did this take place again?
In St. John's. Yeah.
Okay.
So some of the sessions will actually say what they were next week, once Heather and I get our stuff together, so you can kind of get more of a concrete.
That's on the East Coast, Rob.
I've heard of it, Todd, thanks for clarifying.
Yeah.
I knew you'd come in handy one of these meetings.
Translated.
Just puts his story together and types it was in St. John, New Brunswick.
Yeah.
Gotta ask, since we are talking about it being quite a trek, is there an estimate of how much cost the city incurred from this?
Sure. Well, Heather and I chose to drive to Saskatoon, so that didn't cost anything. We stayed at family's house until we went on the plane, so that didn't cost anything. So the ticket was $1,200, and then the meals were included. So we didn't pay for the meals while we were there, and our flights and hotel while we were there. So I think it's probably about $2,300 per person. Yeah.
Okay.
Not counting
Not counting you. Does that include Crystal?
you. Yes.
Okay.
Crystal, Heather, and Allison.
Yeah.
Okay.
$2,300 total?
Well, it was
Each.
like $1,200
Each.
for the flight, yeah, and then the hotel.
Okay. Also wanted to ask about the status of some city works projects. I know that we're starting to get to that point where snow might be around the corner. I hate to say it, but it may in fact be coming. What status are we looking at for some of the city projects? Like, what are we looking at for Queen Street? What are we looking at for the Aspen Grove pipe project? Like, what are we looking at for some of these?
I'm gonna just say this, I'm pretty sure Queen Street is done. Aspen Grove is wrapping up as well. So I don't think there's any concern with regards to those projects and as we move into winter.
Okay. That's it for me.
Thank you. Do we have any questions of you?